Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Today is Monday the 26th of August 2019. My name is Dan Kita from Thailand. In this video, I would like to talk about the true Dhamma or Nirvana for only people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who want to attain Nirvana in this life, you have to listen to me early because I have attained Nirvana for past 16 years. I'm ready to help everyone on this earth attain Nirvana in this life as well. I'm ready. But are you ready? It's up to you. The topic to speak in this video is what you see or hear now with what you think now is different. From now on, I would like to talk about what you see or hear now with what you think now is different. Why did I say this? Let me explain. Before talking about that, let me say something. You know, the sentence, the various ideas or thought process, it was created by me for studying about the thought or the idea. So, the meaning of the various idea or thought process and thought and idea, it has the same meaning for understanding in this talk. Can you understand me? Okay, let me explain. You know, the initial from seeing or hearing, what we see or hear now in everyday life. As soon as you see, you know, as soon as you see this, it doesn't mean a bottle of water. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, it doesn't mean a bottle of water. In the true Dhamma, we call the something happening to the human mind for perceiving or mental phenomenon. Can you understand me? This is. As soon as you see this, within the first fraction of a second, as soon as you see this, within the first fraction of a second, is without fictional language, without the various idea or thought process, without interpret. It has only natural. It has only natural. As soon as you see within the first fraction of a second, you see in the way you see, you feel in the way you feel. Can you understand me? As soon as you see in the way you see, you feel in the way you see, without use the fictional language, say to ourselves, I saw a bottle of water. It doesn't have the fictional language, say to ourselves. It's without the various idea or thought process. It's without interpret. Can you understand me? And after that, there will be the various idea or thought process happen in your thought. The various idea or thought process is caused by interpret, by give meaning and value to what you see now. It means you can know that it means without use the fictional language. I know this is a bottle of water. Can you understand me? You can know this mean now. You see. Now, you see, the first idea or thought process happen in your thought. We call a thought process. As soon as you see this, within the first fraction of a second, it's without the first idea or thought process, without thought, without anything. Can you understand me? And then there will be the first idea or thought process happen in your thought, which you cannot realize that we have already thought of it. Can you understand me? Can you understand me? And then you interpret. It means for, but you never use the fictional language. Say to ourselves, I saw a bottle of water, this for drinking. Can you understand me? As soon as you see, as soon as you see, within the first fraction of a second, it's without the first idea or thought process, without anything. It's a pure mental. Can you understand me? As soon as you see, right here, everything. As soon as you see, right here. As soon as you see this and here, as soon as you see right here, everything on this earth, within the first fraction of a second, is without the first idea or thought process. But after that, within the split second, there will be the first idea or thought process happen in your thought. Can you realize that? We interpret by give the meaning and value to what we see right here in everyday life. As soon as you see, as soon as you see, you can know that what does it mean. As soon as you see this, within the first fraction of a second, it has no meaning. It doesn't have anything. It's without the first idea or thought process. It's a pure mental. In reality, a Purama we call the mind, or mental, we call the mind, or naturally. You know, the mind or naturally, it happens all the time from birth to death. But we cannot realize. As soon as you see, this within the first fraction of a second, please bear in mind, as soon as you see everything on this earth, as soon as you see or hear everything on this earth, within the first fraction of a second, it's a pure mental. Can you understand me? It's the true Dharma in Buddhism. But after that, within the split second, there will be the first idea or thought process in your thought by interpret its mean, give the meaning and value to this its mean. You can know this is its mean. Can you understand me? Its mean. And we have never said to myself, I have a gun in my hand. We can know that this thing, what does it mean? It used for, we can know this thing, what does it mean? It used for, we have never used the language, say to ourselves, I have a gun in my hand. No. But we can know this is its mean. That show you use the favorite idea or thought process. Can you understand me? That show you use the favorite idea or thought process. As soon as you see, within the first fraction of a second, it has no fictional language. It has no the meaning of this. And after that, within a split second, it has meaning and useful. You can know this is useful. That means you use the first idea or thought process. Can you understand me? Okay. As soon as you see, within the first fraction of a second, it doesn't mean anything. It has no meaning. It's a pure mental. It's universal truth. We call the true Dhamma. The true Dhamma in Buddhism is very simple. It's very simple. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, I'm only one person on this earth who talk about this story. Can you understand me? As soon as you see, within the first fraction of a second, it's without anything. It doesn't have the fictional language. It has no the first idea or thought process. It's a pure mental. It's pure mental within the first fraction of a second, and then it becomes a thought process. You can know it means a baby, and you can know that this baby is baby has male or female. You can know. That show you use the favorite idea or thought process within a fraction of a second as well. You can interpret to this within the first fraction of a second as well. Can you understand me? As soon as you see it, within the first fraction of a second, it doesn't mean anything. It has no meaning. It's without fictional language. It's without interpret. And then, within a fraction of a second, you interpret into a baby which you cannot rewrite. That we have already thought of it. Can you understand me? Okay. When you hear this sound, within the first fraction of a second, when you hear this sound, when you hear this sound, I say, within the first fraction of a second, it's a purely mental, it's natural, it's universal truth, it's the true Dharma in Buddhism. And then you interpret this sound, meow, 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 become this picture. Can you understand me? When you hear this sound, meow, 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 within the first fraction of a second, it's without anything, without fictional language, without interpret, without the first idea or thought process. And then, within fraction of a second, you interpret into this picture. I say, meow, 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 it's mean. Can you realize that we have already thought of it? Can you realize when you hear this sound, meow, 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 you interpret into from you hear meow, 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 and ended up at this picture. It takes time. A fraction of a second. Can you understand me? Okay. Please take a look on this chart. From now on, I would like to talk about this. In the fictional language, we call this alphabet or letter A. This is letter B, letter C. Okay. As soon as you see this, it doesn't mean anything. We call this thing or this. But we were taught from birth to death to believe this. It means alphabet. It means the letter A. It means letter A. It means letter B, letter C. Can you understand me? It depends on how we want to teach to believe this. It maybe mean anything, maybe mean something, but we were taught to believe this. It means letter A, this. It means letter B, letter C. Can you understand me? It depends on how we want to teach to believe. How does the world teach me to believe? I will believe. Can you understand me? Everything on this chart, it does not really exist. It's just the fictional language. It's what's created by human on this earth for understanding communication temporarily. Can you understand me? From now on, I would like to talk about alphabet. Okay. I would like to talk about alphabet and the various idea or thought process. I would like to talk about alphabet. Why did I say it? Let me explain. You know, as I told you, this. In reality, it doesn't mean anything, but we were taught to believe this. It means letter A, letter B, letter C. Do you understand? Okay. As soon as you see, I say, as soon as you see, as soon as you see this, you interpret this into letter A. Can you realize your thought. You interpret into letter A. As soon as you see, you interpret into letter B. As soon as you see, it becomes letter C, etc. This we call the first ideas or thought process. Can you understand me? As soon as you see this, you interpret into letter A. As soon as you see this, it becomes letter B. As soon as you see this, it becomes letter C. You interpret this to letter A, this to letter B, and this to letter C. We call the first idea or thought process, or ideas or thought. It has the same meaning. Can you understand me? Okay. From now on, I would like to talk about the word G-O-A-T. 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 As soon as you see G-O-A-T, you spell it as a code and read it and read that the code. As soon as you see G-O-A-T, you spell it a code and read that the code. There will be this picture in your thought. As soon as you see the word G-O-A-T, you spell it's a code and read that the code, and there will be this picture in your thought. We call the first idea or thought process. Can you understand me? This story is very simple to understand, and it's very hard to realize. It's very hard to realize. Okay, as soon as you see this, in reality, this, we call this. It doesn't mean letter G. As soon as you see this, you interpret into letter G. As soon as you see this, you interpret into letter O. As soon as you see this, it becomes letter A. As soon as you see this, it becomes letter T. We call first thought. First thought. As soon as you see, become T. It takes time within a fraction of a second. Can you understand me? You interpret from here to here, from here to here, from here to here, from here to here. We call first thought. First thought. First thought. Interpret this to letter G. Interpret from this to letter O. Interpret from this to letter A. Interpret from this to letter T. Which wrote that G-O-A and T, we spell it as a code and read that the code, this is, and read that the code we call second thought. The first thought and second thought, listen to me, the first thought, you interpret here from there, from this to this, from this to this, from this to this, from this to this. First thought, you interpret from this. As soon as you see, you interpret to this. Interpret to. We call first thought. Which wrote that G-O G-O-A-T. We spell it's a goat. G-O-A-T. Read that the goat. Can you understand me? First thought, you interpret this to the letter, this to the letter, this to the letter, this to the letter. This is first thought. And then second thought, which wrote that G-O-A-T, we spell is a goat. Yeah. And read that the goat. This is second thought. Can you understand me? Have you ever heard someone say like me before? It's very simple to understand, but hardly impossible to understand. Can you understand me? The first thought, interpret from to letter G, interpret from to letter O, interpret from to letter A, interpret from become letter T, and spell is a goat. Read the goat. This is second thought. And then the third thought, it become bah! The third thought, it become the third thought, it become bah! A baby goat, a goat, bah, 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 bah. You know, as soon as you see this word, you use third thought. As soon as you see this word, you use third thought. Can you understand me? We call you use the first idea or thought process 3 times. As soon as you see this word, you use the first idea or thought process 3 times. Can you understand me? When you see this word, within a fraction of a second, it become. Can you understand me? The initial, you see this. You see this. The initial, you see this. You interpret into letter G. You see this. You interpret into letter O. You see this. You interpret into letter A, and the last, it becomes letter T. And spell is asset. And spell is goat. Read that the goat. You use the favorite idea or thought process 3 times. It become this picture. It become this picture. Can you understand me? From now on, I have something to show you for understanding about the thing without the first idea or thought process. Okay, this is water. When you put your hand in the water like this, when you put your hand in the water, when you put your hand in the water like this, as soon as you put your hand in the water like this, as soon as you put your hand in the water like this, you feel in the way you feel without fictional language, without the flavors, idea, or thought process. It takes time, a fraction of a second, and then it becomes the favorite idea or thought process, and then switch back and forth, never ending. As soon as you put your hand in the water like this, you feel in the way you feel without the flavors, idea, or thought process, without anything. We call the mind, we call nature, we call the true Dhamma in Buddhism, because you feel in the way you feel. Now you see in the way you see. You hear in the way you see. You hear in the way you hear. You see in the way you see. You feel in the way you feel. What you see or hear now, you feel in the way you feel all the time from birth to death. Can you understand me? The flavors, idea, or thought process, it doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. It's not yours. It's not ours. When you soak your hand in the water like this, as soon as you put your hand in the water like this, you feel in the way you feel without the flavors, idea, or thought process, without interpret to anything. It takes time. Within a fraction of a second, we call the mind the true Dhamma. This is the true Dhamma in Buddhism. As soon as you do it, you feel in the way you feel. If someone asks you, how do you feel when you put your hand in the water, you will answer by use the fictional language to answer. You say, I feel wet and cold. The word wet and cold is the fictional language. It's the favorite idea or thought process. Can you understand me? The flavor's idea or thought process, it doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. Don't be afraid of the favorite idea or thought process. Can you understand me? The flavor's idea or thought process, it happens first from understanding, and then it will fade away and come back. Flavor idea or thought process. So in this life, from birth to death, what you see or hear now, at first, as soon as you see or hear, in everyday life, within the first fraction of a second, it must be without anything. It doesn't have anything. It's a pure remittance. It's universal truth. It's the universal truth. It doesn't have anything. We call the true Dhamma in Buddhism, and after that, within the fraction of a second, it becomes a thought process. Then a thought process, it come back to without the favorite idea. You know, we feel in the way we feel We see in the way we see, we hear in the way we hear. We call the mind or purely mental. We call naturally. Can you understand me? We feel in the way we feel. We feel in the way we hear. We we see in the way we see. We call the mind or purely mental. Or true Dhamma or naturally. Can you understand me? And then it becomes the flavors idea or thought process by interpret, giving the meaning and value to what you see or hear in everyday life. And it come back to the mind and then switch back and forth, never ending, all the time from birth to death. The mind or the true Dhamma, as I told you, the mind or the true Dhamma, which we feel in the way we feel, or we hear in the way we hear, or we see in the way we see. It shows to us for understanding. It doesn't belong to anyone on this earth. It has no meaning as we understand it. It's a naturally. The flavors idea or thought process is naturally. The mind or the purely mental is naturally. Can you understand me? Don't be afraid of the flavors idea or thought process. If you can understand me in this talk, I forbid you to ask Dhamma problem categorically. Don't ask Dhamma problem. Can you understand me? Because the meaning of the language we use in Dhamma conversation, we use in asking, answering Dhamma problem, it does not really exist, in this chart. What you see now on this chart, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean letter A, letter B, letter C. No. It's just something happening to the human mind for perceiving. It has no meaning as we understand it. What you see or hear now, around me, around you, it's just something happening to the human mind for perceiving. It doesn't mean anything. Can you understand me? When you soak your hand in the water, when you soak your hand in the water, as soon as you soak your hand in the water like this, you feel in the way you feel. It takes time, within a fraction of a second, and then it becomes thought process. If someone asks you, how do you feel when you soak your hand in the water? You answer with a fictional language, I feel wet and cold. The word wet and cold is the fictional language. It's the first idea or thought process. And it becomes you feel by nature. Become you feel by nature. And come back to flavor idea or thought process. And feel by nature. And come back to flavor idea or thought process. Switch back and forth, never ending. From birth to death. Can you understand me? If you can understand every story I convey in this video, I forbid you to ask Dhamma problem categorically. And you must stop asking, answering about life problem, Dhamma problem, because the meaning we use in Dhamma conversation, it's just a fictional language. It has no meaning as we understand it. This word, what does it mean? Akita. This word, this word, It doesn't mean this. This word, it doesn't mean this. It depends on how we want to teach to believe. This thing, it doesn't mean a guitar, it doesn't mean anything. But we name this is a guitar. Can you understand me? A book. This word, it may mean this. A book, it may mean this. It depends on how we want to teach to believe. If you can understand in this talk, I forbid you to ask Dhamma problem categorically. If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, you must try to understand this story very much as possible. I am only one person on this earth who talk about this story. Please bear in mind.